And here we go. There we go. And hello, friends. It's me. It's Dan. How you doing? Today's Monday. On Mondays, we look at the market. We take a look at the price reductions. So that's what we're going to do today. I have a little something here. Let's see. I added a graphic. Would you look at that? That just tells you what we're doing here today, what we're talking about. Doing some market insights. So thanks for tuning in. Remember to tell your friends when the topic of real estate comes up that you have a friend in real estate. That's me, Dan, my friend Dan. We're going to look at the screen. I'm going to pull up my screen here, and wouldn't you know it, we don't have any price reductions in Portsmouth. That doesn't mean that properties are not selling below their listing price. So let's just take a look and see a couple of properties closed just recently. This property, Suzanne Drive, that is down in the Maple section of Portsmouth. That's down right off of Ocean Road. Let's just pull this up. Originally listed at $599, sold at $590. That was 11 days on market. A simple little ranch here down south of town. Let's see, Fleet Street, that's a condo in one of the higher level buildings downtown. So different style of building for our area, but let's see, that was on for 12 days and that sold significantly below. That was about $45,000 below the listing price. Dennett Street, that lingered for a long time. Not days on market, but it took a while to close. So that finally closed, and it closed above the asking price. But it's a great location. You really can't beat it. It's quick, easy walk to town. Buckminster Way. Let's see, where is this? Let's see. This is right off of Ocean Road. So yeah, down the south part of town, and that was on for 4 days and sold $50,000 over asking. It's a nice little property. Looks updated, ready to go. So those are the properties that closed just in the last 7 days. And here we're gonna stretch out to my full 10-mile radius. Look at price reductions. We've got 11 price reductions, mostly in York by the looks of it. I'm gonna just expand this a little bit just to include everything. And yeah, you know, I've got to look into this data to see if I'm just getting a mismatched feed. But right now, all the price reductions in and around Portsmouth are happening in York County. So let's look at days on market. So we've got 19 days on market here. For the first one, Stone Ridge Lane, that's in York. Looks like a condo. Not far from the beach, from Long Sands. Nice location. Pleasant looking. What are the HOA fees here? $275 a month. That's actually, it's on the lower end of what I have been seeing, but at any rate, originally listed at $455, is currently at $444,900. This property on Ridlin Road in Berwick, $775. This has been on 19 days, originally listed at $825, now down $50,000 to $775. And looks like a decent floor plan here. 3 bedrooms up, 2 2 bedrooms up in the attic level, it looks like. So that's a 5-bedroom. Is that it? Are they counting this as a 6-bedroom? I wonder. Let's see. They're counting it as a 4-bedroom, but on the floor plan here, they have 6 bedrooms listed out. Now, this probably is more of a study here on the first floor, but not a bad property. Lots of space for a family, if families are your thing. Been lived in, but it's clean and not a bad property there. $775 for nearly 3,000 square feet, and this is at the end of Ridland Road. So this section of town, just west from Rochester, Berwick here. So this is down the end. You can't get across that river. That is, let's turn to the satellite. That bridge is out, as far as I can tell, because it's not connected here on the map. I haven't driven down that road, but you never know. Let's see, moving on to Logan Street. This has been on 21 days, originally listed at $439.5, now down to $429, so $10,000 reduction. And at that price point, that's a fair reduction. Take a quick look through it. Faux beams. Linoleum countertops. So kitchen's kind of dated, but... And there's some repair work, painting. Could use. But for a starter home, this could be a contender. Let's see what part of town it's in. Let's see, that's hate when these are all blurry and poor quality when they upload it. Let's see what part of town that's in. So that is not far from the state border. Logan Street runs right here. Here's the state line right along the Salmon Falls River. And on to Mountain Road here in York. Originally listed at $675, $5,000 reduction. Let's see, what is this? 3 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, good-sized home. I like that that entryway into the basement. Hopefully they've got some nice pictures in there. Updated. So that's nice. And you know me and those walk-in showers. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I don't think I even need a tub. I just want the walk-in shower. Although that that hanging nozzle there could have you could have strung that up so that it wasn't just dangling there. Just saying. Looks fresh and clean and bright and airy. And here's the basement. Looks like this is, no, that's not there's that door that we saw in that opening picture out to the outside. Mechanicals. You know, when you go into a house, I always look at the mechanicals. Always go into the basement, look at the mechanicals, because it tells you a lot about the home, how it's been maintained, how old and dated it is, systems. Those are the big ticket items that you want to see some care for. Some outdoor storage. That is a nice thing to have, certainly. So that's a nice property, $670,000, South Berwick. Moving on. This is started off at 1.1 million, now down to 1 million. And what was this? 3 bedrooms, just over 2,000 square feet. Let's see, this is showing as active, but for some reason I keep getting this pop-up saying it's not consumer searchable, but this is lovely from the outside. I mean, I love that landscaping. Beautifully done. Somebody really cares about it. That's their labor of love, and it shows. Updated kitchen. Love that picture frame window. That's really nice. Lets in a lot of light into the kitchen. Really nice. And do I need to keep saying it, or do you know what I'm going to say? You know what I'm going to say, right? Yeah. Love that walk-in shower. Got some solar there. That's a big plus. Nice to be able to save on some of your energy bills, especially if you're running a hot tub. Beautiful landscaping. Let's see where this is on Agunquit Road. So this is well to the north of town, north of Mount Agamenticus, and either grab I-95 in Wells or down at York. Those are your 2 entry points onto I-95, but that's a great location. And for $1 million, that's a beautiful home. Nope, I'm sorry, that was South Berwick we were looking at, not York. So, there. And this property in York, 4-bedroom, 3,000 square feet, split ranch here. Let's see, what was this? Started off at $950, now down $75,000 to $875. It's got a 2-bay garage. That's nice. Lots of wood paneling. For some people, that's a nice thing. For others, it's not so much. It really depends. Lots of I don't know, how do you feel about split ranches like this? Raised ranches? These are raised ranches. That's an interesting step into the shower. And at $875, where is this? That cannot be the correct location. They don't have homes right inside the ramp like that. So that is the wrong map. So we can't really see right now. I'm not going to go hunting through maps. We're going to keep going, keep looking, and wind this up if you don't mind. Looking at York Clay Hill Road, this is 3 bedrooms, 27, almost 2,800 square feet at $799, down from $815,000, so an $15,000 price reduction. Beautiful, love this. Nicely updated. Well kept. It's really beautiful. Yeah, that's really nice. And how about for property here? This is just over an acre. It's both yard and woods. And that's been 52 days on market. And let's just see. It's the only price reduction they've done so far. This property on Pine Hill Road, originally listed at $2.495, now down to 2.375. So $120,000 price reduction. Looks beautiful. Love that stone wall. Really nicely done. That's beautiful. Yeah. This is worth that price. I expect, of course I haven't seen it up front, but beautifully done. Lives really well, it looks like. What a beautiful property. And let's just see Pine Hill Road. So that's north of Cape Nettic, nearly to Gunquit, right off of Route 1. So it's a nice quiet location. You're well removed enough so you're not right on Route 1. This property, Roaring Rock Road, listed at 2.25, now down to 1.995. So that is just over $150,000 price reduction. Looks like you might have some water views. You are at 6 beds. That's nice. You can blend families in a property like that. 5,600 square feet and just over half an acre. See where this lands. So this is the south part of town, not far from Long Sands. Let's see. Let's take a look inside. Love that deck there. What a beautiful approach to the house. Yeah, that's beautiful. You can hint in, I'm sure, some water views from there. Love that kitchen. You know, my friend Nora Murphy Country House down in Connecticut, she's a wonderful antiquer if you are curious. She loves this checkerboard pattern and has done it in all of her homes. Nice nautical motif with the sperm whale. That is a beautiful kitchen. Nice, bright, airy. I love how well lit it is. It's nice. Does that pass through from the kitchen, I wonder? Yeah, that's beautifully done. That's a really nice, yeah. $2 million. If you got it, I mean, that's a good contender. Let's see. Barrel Lane. This looks like a condo. 2 beds, 828 square feet. Not publicly searchable by the looks of it. Simple, but well updated, and the fees aren't that bad either. Under $300. I mean, really, I'm seeing $400, $500, some case $600 a month for HOA fees. That adds up. Let's see, Fort Hill Avenue, 1.3 million. Originally listed at 1.55, now down 200,000 to 1.35. I've gone through a couple. This is the third price reduction. It's a tight lot in there. But that's right on Nubble Point, so they do pack them in there. great location. I love the layout. Nice, open, bright, airy. It's beautiful. Yeah, and of course, looking at the mechanicals, those look to be in really excellent shape. It makes a big difference. Padaris is an exceptional boiler. Looks like oil heat. That's really nice. Can't really tell if there is a water view right from the property, but there is a couple 100 feet above the property, apparently. You can see the nubble. Anyway, that's what we've got for price reductions today. Looking too at the sold properties over the last week. Let's look at by city. Barrington saw a handful. Berwick, Dover, still a hot spot. Lots of activity in Dover. Durham, Elliott, Exeter, couple in Hampton, Kittery. Let's just expand that out so we get the full bunch in Kittery, Newcastle, bunch in Portsmouth, Rochester, showing some activity. From 619 down to 352. Rollinsford, South Berwick, a bunch of closed, and York. And then let's just look at days on market. So the properties, low days on market, going at or above. Here's one that is an anomaly. Sold below the price, the listing price. Colonial Lane, Newcastle, that sold below the listing price. That was 4 days on market. But, you know, at some of those higher price points, you might expect a lower offer. And in the absence of offers, you take the first offer you get. 375 to 415. This property in Stratham sold above. This in Portsmouth, Buckminster Way, we looked at that, sold above. So we're still seeing that under a week, for the most part, not in all cases, because we've seen that already here, for the most part, selling above the asking price. This property in Hampton, Huntington Place, sold for $9,000 below. Pretty standard colonial. But that sold, where is that? That's right off the highway too. Right off of 101. That sold 10,000 below. Here about just under about $45,000 above, 30,000 above. Yeah, so we're still seeing that. And then right around here, still some anomalies here, like that Fleet Street condo. Right around this 2-week mark is where we start seeing the majority start to go below the asking price. And of course, there will always be exceptions outside of this general rule, but that's what we're seeing. So it all comes down to pricing strategy. And what is your strategy when you're pricing these properties? So at any rate, that's what I've got for you today. That's all I'm gonna go through today. Be sure to check in on Friday, because on Fridays we look at all the new listings over the previous 7 days, and I'll see you then. Remember, have a great week, and I'll See you then. Did I say that already? I did say that already.